me get the mic. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, like, it's Myj. But you know, Myj for short. Ask Myj. What's up? It's your girl Myj, and we are back with another episode of Ask Myj The Podcast, where we are spilling all the real tea.
What's good, everyone? It's your girl Lisha B, and you are now in the place to be. Welcome to the Lituation Room.
We got a bomb collab for you today. It's Ask Myj The Podcast and the Lituation Room.
So you already know it's about to be good vibes, okay?
Oh,
all right. So should we tell the people how we know each other?
Let's
or
do
should
that.
we not?
Let's start there. They might think we're a little crazy.
I mean, that's fine. But you know, we both went to the best HBCU in the land.
At Geek Pride.
Yes, North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, if you do not know. And if you don't go there, I'm really sorry.
Sorry to this man.
I don't know him. But how did we actually meet though? I think it was because of photography.
Is that how we met?
Was it?
Did you know me at A&T?
No.
I don't remember if I knew you at A&T.
Because I didn't even know Jamal at A&T.
Shout out to Jamal. That's my king. Okay, that is maybe that we did get hooked up from photography. So we both moved to the DMV. Shout out to the DMV. And I needed a photographer for a brand shoot that I was doing, and Jamal, who was a good friend of mine, hooked me up with Leash. But how did you meet Jamal?
I met Jamal through Jeff. They're both season 1, episode 3 guests. If you haven't heard it, go listen.
Okay.
But I met him through Jeff, and I came and saw Jamal and was like, everyone knows Jamal, so I gotta know Jamal.
Everyone does know Jamal, absolutely. Okay. So yes, and then, like I said, Jamal hooked us up and we did a fire brand shoot.
Yes.
And we've been besties ever since.
And the rest is history.
Okay,
and
the rest is history. And now we're here. So we both got these bomb podcasts, and we thought, why not do a really bomb collab together, talking about all things feminism, in today's pop culture, Black women, all of that good stuff. All the pop things, happening things, hot things, trends that people are talking about.
Right. Like we said, we're keeping it current, so do not say that we missed anything. But if we did, part 2?
Okay, part 2. Part 2.
Stay tuned.
Part 2. Well, they gotta decide if this episode is good enough for a part 2.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good enough.
It's gonna be good enough. We already told them.
Okay.
It's fine. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna start off with a bang, y'all. So if you haven't heard about this little, what do I call it? An incident?
Let's call it an incident.
Let's call it an incident.
An uproar.
Okay. An uproar, yes. This little uproar on the socials about Gayle and Snoop. The legendary Snoop and the legendary Gayle King.
So let's give him a little background. So, Gayle did an interview shortly after Kobe Bryant passed away. And she interviewed one of Kobe's really good friends, Leslie, who plays in the WNBA. And so she started kind of bringing up Kobe's legacy.
Right.
And the questions were, a bit off. A lot of people didn't agree with him. She kind of talked about, if Kobe Bryant's legacy was, complicated because of his sexual assault allegations and so on and so forth. And, like Lee said, there was this big uproar because people kind of felt, why are we still discussing this? Why can't we let, Kobe Bryant's family kind of grieve in peace? Why are we still bringing up negative things about his past? And if you know anything about the case, the allegations were thrown out.
Right.
So that's kind of where it brings us, right? And so then after the interview, Snoop Dogg comes out and he
goes on Instagram Live.
Because we
love that.
Yeah. And he kind of does his rant about Gayle King, and he said some things. He called her out her name.
Called her a dog.
Called her funky. Yeah.
We just gonna put the bleep.
Okay. He called her a funky head dog.
Bleep.
Okay.
And then I don't want to say that word because apparently he didn't threaten her.
Yeah, so we came to the conclusion that he threatened her. He threatened
her.
What did he say? Like, Check yourself before we come get you.
Pretty much.
That's a threat.
Yeah.
Is that a threat to you?
Because if I'm going to say that to somebody,
that's a threat.
I mean it.
Okay.
Just let me know the ad.
Okay. Send
Pull
the ad
right now.
on site.
Put the earrings, take the earrings out,
Okay.
let's go. I ain't even got no hair, so we can't pull nothing. Like, it's on site. But yeah, that's what Snoop Dogg ended up doing. And like I said, it caused a complete uproar and even got to the red table talk. And we know it's mad serious when Jada.
Yeah, once
gets
Jada get in, it's you know.
And it was just, in my opinion, it was just a lot happening at once where it was a lot of different words being thrown around. A lot of people were saying that Snoop was out of line, but then a lot of people were saying that Gayle was out of line for disrespecting Kobe's legacy. But at the same time, as a journalist myself, I can see why Gayle did the questions in the way that she did. Because even though Kobe's allegations were then dropped, as a journalist, you're going to bring up everything that happened in that person's legacy, whether it's good or bad, because people are going to want to hear about it. People are going to want to know the full thing, because then you'll get haters that be like, you didn't bring up this, you didn't bring up that, we're only seeing him in a positive light. But as a journalist, you have to be unbiased about everything.
True, and I think, you know, you're right. But I think the issue came in because Kobe Bryant has passed away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he couldn't defend himself.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like, you know, it's kind of like, let this man rest in peace. You know,
Right.
We've talked about this, and the allegations happened a long time ago.
I didn't even know that they had happened, y'all.
I didn't either, and you know, it happened so long ago. So it's like, why are we talking about this now? Like, and it wasn't, you know, even a month after Kobe passed away that this interview came out, and it's like, you know, even, you know, when we talk about his family, you know, consider like his friend. You know, I'm sure that was uncomfortable for her.
Right.
And it's one thing to like ask the question, and she's like, no, I don't think the legacy is complicated, and then Gayle kind of kept pushing it. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, well, if you don't think it's complicated, why not? He did this, he did that. And it's like, just
that's where I would draw the line. Like, ask the question and move on. Don't keep hounding at it, especially with someone who's, I don't know how close they were, but in a grieving state. Like, I feel like the world was in a grieving state. So to be throwing these questions that only show the man in a negative light was just a lot for people. And I feel like that's where Snoop, who has a relationship with Kobe, decided to go on Instagram and put his feelings out there for the world.
Grieving state, like you
said. Even though we tell y'all to stay off of social media when you upset.
Right.
Nobody listens.
Hello, that's a whole nother story for another day. So I guess if we talk a little bit about, you know, Snoop Dogg, you know, and there's been this, you know, uproar, as we like to call it, you know, just about, you know, was he disrespecting black women as a whole? You know, was it just a him and Gayle thing? Because he used words like y'all and you and us. And so, you know, obviously we can kind of come to the conclusion that he was talking about black people.
Right.
And, you know, some people kind of thought that he was targeting black women, and then some people thought that was more so dedicated to Gayle. Right. So what do you think? Do you think those comments were disrespectful? Do you know, was he targeting all black women? Was it just a Gayle thing? What do you think?
I think that they were disrespectful, point, period. Like, don't call someone out of their name. Even if even what you feel is right and you feel like your emotions are valid, don't call someone out their name. And then second, like you said, the language was just not matching with what he claims he was talking about. He was claiming that he was just talking about Gayle, which still is bad enough. But his language of, like you said, y'all and you, it made it seem like he was grouping people together instead of just talking about one singular person. And I get that sometimes when you're talking, you're not really reviewing what you're saying.
You're emotional,
but when you put a lump of people in it and you think that people aren't going to feel some type of way, especially us black women.
Oh, child.
I just feel like you just need to sit and think about what you're going to say first, especially with such a big platform that he has. So I definitely think it was disrespectful, because I'm sorry if someone called me out their name, especially that weird of a sentence.
Funky head dog.
Right, like you meant that. Like you really wanted the intensity of what you were feeling to be there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, no, any way that you try to spin it, it was just disrespectful. What do you think?
So agreed, right? I think that the comments were disrespectful, and there's like we said before, there's been this argument that whether he did threaten her or he didn't threaten her, he threatened her.
Right.
I take it as he threatened her, and of course, like later on, he came out and said, my objective wasn't to threaten her, like those were my intentions. Okay, respect, but I want to take this a little deeper, right? And let's talk about Snoop Dogg and many other rappers who are like him. So it's disrespectful, when Snoop Dogg kind of comes out and he's like, oh, this funky head dog bleep. I just, it's
we love
fun.
a good bleep.
It's disrespectful, when he comes and makes this live and, he calls her the name, but when we in the club and we bent over with, our bleep in the air twerking, all the songs are be this and be that and bleep this and bleep that and bleep this and bleep that. So for me, I feel like there's this, I don't even know if you want to call it a double standard, but there's this weird thing because, it's not wrong then, but then it becomes wrong when, Snoop comes out on Instagram Live and calls her out of her name. But I'm sure that a lot of the backlash that he received are from the same people who are either twerking on Instagram, twerking in the club. I like to dance in the club. Twerking in the club, and all the songs are screaming be this and be that. So, what's the difference? Where's the accountability there? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, either way, we can never say like, oh, the bleep word is not used in a disrespectful manner. It's disrespectful. Like it is. It's a disrespectful word,
especially in like mainstream like music.
Exactly the way men degrade women. So like, when is that not okay? Woo, child. Oh. Commercial break. No.
We'll be back.
Okay.
I can't even speak because in that sense I'm hypocritical.
I mean, me too.
I love a little panoramic.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And she goes shake. No.
Right, you already know. I'll be front and center. Hello. But at the same time, I would never allow someone to call me the B word. Ever. Like, even if my friends were like, what's gay? And I'm like...
What you said? Right. Yeah.
Like, I feel it, but like... Okay, I'm gonna let it slide, cool. But if a dude said it, I would be like, ooh, gotta fight.
Right.
So it's like, I feel like in this time period, especially with our generation, it's just like, basically our intentions are how things are played. So like, if your intent is to be like, what's good, girl? Like, that's my...
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. But then, if it's in music, oh no, it's just fine. It's for entertainment. It's not anything serious. But these rappers are really doing, well, some of them, because some of them are fake, but some of these rappers are really out here dogging women and not caring. And I'm just like, most of your bands are women, so maybe you should cater to women a little bit better.
Yeah, and I think, there was this kind of, controversy about like who gets to check the black woman, right? When we have situations like these, and let's be real, there are a lot of black women who degrade our black men, right? So, there's this kind of conversation, who gets to check black women? Like, who gets to check us?
Us.
No, true. Black women. And I feel like, I think, it's a community thing. It's first like Michael Jackson said, you kind of got to look in the mirror, right? And check yourself. And then it's our peers. It's us. It's we are the ones who have to check each other. But I think where it goes wrong is when we have the situations like Snoop. And, and I'm going to say, I think, I understand his intentions. Like, I understand where he was coming from. Did he deliver the right way?
Right, his execution was terrible.
Yeah, his execution was terrible. I think I understand where he was coming from because I think we were all frustrated and, kind of how you talked about, being in a grieving state. But I think that's where the issue is. When it comes to checking each other, there's guns involved, there's cussing involved, there's violence involved, there's disrespect involved. Like, that's what the checking each other, is. That's where it goes wrong, you know, because we're supposed to check and correct each other and hold each other accountable, but not in the sense of like disrespecting or putting each other down.
Right. And that's really hard to do. Because sometimes, as we
how we're raised.
Right, how we're raised. And just based on, like, emotions. I know I'm a very emotional person. And when I'm mad, I'm mad.
Okay. When I get mad, I get big mad. Yes. Should have never did that. Get back. Okay.
But it's just, like, I have to remember to, like, wait, hold on. Let me just hang up. Let me just breathe. Because what I'm about to say is not going to be pretty.
Right.
And I can't take it back. And I'm very much a big person. Like I said, I do not put none of my emotions on social media. Because they last forever. Yeah. I can't take them back. Yeah. And then when I'm doing my little iPhone notes, memos, my press releases, I can't really get back to it because everyone's already made their opinions about it. So it's just like,
And, you know, nowadays, I hate to say it, but sometimes the sorry doesn't matter
anything
anymore.
At all. It's just too much.
So, yeah, I think, you know, like you said, it is about us checking each other, but we have to learn how to respect each other before we can, you know, hold each other accountable.
Right.
And we got a long way to go.
I love these sound effects.
I gotta start using these more often.
Okay, so, you know, let's talk about my queen real quick.
Who's your queen, sis? Who's the queen? Because if you're not talking about Beyonce, I'm not sure who you're talking about. Stay woke.
You better call.
Okay, no, she the queen.
I was like, wait, I mean, Erykah came before me.
She did. Okay.
But, you know, sometimes I have to check my queen. Like we said, we checking people. I need to check her a little bit because, this punani incense.
Basically, Erykah said punani is power, okay? That's
she said it's her superpower, okay? And then men leave their jobs for her. I mean, they did because they spent $50.
I just have a question, honey. I just have a question. What are you eating, okay? What is your diet? What do you do on a daily basis that these men are, what did you say, leaving their jobs?
Leaving their jobs.
Changing their lives for the punani?
I just want to know.
I want to know.
It's not for me, it's my friend.
Yeah, it's asking for a friend.
But I'll take notes for her.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all know, but you know.
You should know.
You should.
It was everywhere.
Erykah Badu created an incense of her punani smell. And how did it...
These ingredients.
Yeah. Tell us about the ingredients.
Based on the Badu World Market website.
Nice.
The product was created with the ashes of Badu's underwear. Pure resin, handmade, sun-dried, and also created with essential oils and herbs.
Ooh, so basically they took the smell from her dried up discharge. Now that's nasty.
I just want to know that I get, like, people have been writing songs about the power of the punani, but, like, this is a whole
another level. But Leash, did you not say? Tell the people how long it took for this punani incense to sell out. Tell us. I don't know.
It took 19 minutes. Y'all men are nasty.
Now, you know what? I would love to know who bought the incense.
I want to talk to women. Right.
Men or women. I wonder who was the
I feel like there was plenty of women.
I feel like it was more women than men.
Right.
But why?
Because for me, I would have bought it just to, like, understand, like, what the point was. Like, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have had someone else
buy it, asking for a friend.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right, asking for a friend. And I just would have, like, been like, so what's the hype? Like, what is it? To me, I'm like, punani smells different for everyone. You know, keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
And I just want to know, like, why? Like, that's literally my question, is why.
So here's the thing, right? You're right. Punani does smell different for everyone, right? But there's also a differentiation between when you first put your drawers on and a few days after when that discharge is crusted up when you throw it in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Like, the smell is a little different.
A little different.
So I just want to know, like, what... I also want to know what her motive was. Like, what were you... Obviously...
Oh, well, this is her method.
Okay, let's hear
it. Product.
What's the method?
This is a quote. Do not say that I said this.
Okay, yep.
I took lots of pairs of my panties, cut them up into little pieces, and burned them. Even the ash is part of it. The people deserve it.
Okay, so basically she's saying that she
literally took her undies, cut them up, burnt them, and created an incense.
Okay, so okay. You know, I just need a second to process, you know. And
I'm going to throw some more stuff at you while you process.
Okay, go ahead.
Not only did people buy this in 19 minutes, correct?
How much was it?
It was $50.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind you. Also, I saw a video of a man eating it, consuming an incense. Do we eat?
Is that edible?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Okay.
It's wood, by the way. Has essential oils that you should not be putting in your body. Chemicals, also. Just because it's her punani does not mean you get to eat it.
Okay. I guess they have a big imagination. Okay, so I guess the only sense I can make of this is the fact that, like, the essential oils are mixed in, and maybe they kind of, you know, mix. No, okay. I was thinking.
And the sad part is, this isn't the only person that's been doing it.
It's selling the punani smells?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question that arises from this is punani really power? Like,
you begin. I mean, this is from my friend's perspective. Not mine.
Is punani really power?
My friend thinks that she be really throwing it down, and people be really like.
I believe
some people get punani whipped real quick.
I believe it. You know, I saw this snippet of The Breakfast Club of Charlamagne interviewing Boosie, and they asked him would he pay for punani. So his answer was like, no, I wouldn't pay for it, but I would do such and such and such and such. Sounds like you pay for punani, Boosie, okay?
It's okay.
I mean, if you tell them to put their punani lips on live and you're going to give them $1,000, sounds like you're paying for punani, Boosie. Oh, so basically, punani is power, honey. Get your draws and burn them and sell it.
If you really want to make some quick cash.
Y'all got an OnlyFans account? Let me find out.
Hold on.
You do OnlyFans? Oh, okay. Just making sure, honey. I had to see what your morals were.
I'm a godly woman.
Okay, I had to see what the morals was.
But you know, Gwyneth Paltrow has a candle that smells like her punani.
Okay. Now, so here's the thing. Like, I also think that the whole punani thing comes with this type of power, because this is a different type of power. You have to have clout.
Right.
Like Susie from down the street.
Can't do that.
Yeah, that ain't how.
Because people gonna be like, that stink.
Yeah. Why Susie got a stink? Right. What if it's Lauren? Do Lauren stink?
I don't know. On a good day.
Okay. No. Like, I just feel like, you know, you gotta have some clout, you know,
right.
and clout, and I don't know, Erykah got a lot of kids, don't she? Mm-hmm. And a lot of baby daddies. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, partially, I do believe that, you know, some of these men have gone a little crazy.
I mean, if Andre 3000 hit it and had a child with her, I mean, it must be amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, maybe it is something. Yeah, I don't know if it's the smell, the taste, the look, the feel, or maybe all of it together.
But if Erykah would love to come on our podcast.
Hey, Erykah.
And talk about it.
Hey, Erykah.
I promise you, I'll write notes.
Call Tyrone.
Come
on with the background. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Erykah. So basically, I'm gonna get in touch with your people, and
so you can get in touch with my people. Or the lack thereof.
My people gonna call your people. We gonna set it up. Okay. Because I need to hear a little bit more about the punani. Incense. No, it's not it's an incense. It's not a candle. It's an incense.
It's an incense for $50.
Okay, and bring us a sample. I need you to bring us a sample.
A little sample.
Maybe we'll test it out. You know, light it while we.
Not in here.
No. Okay.
Outside.
No, outside in the car.
Well, outside's illegal right now. Never mind.
Okay. Never mind. Forget it. Ooh, child, maybe the punani incense might kill the virus. Ooh, here we go. Here we go.
But let's talk about another songstress, shall we?
Okay, let's get into it. Who's the songstress?
Miss Summer Walker.
Hey, Summer.
Hey, Summer. Hey, girl.
You make me want to come through 2:15 just to put it down on you.
That was a bop.
You remember when we used to come through 2:15? Now you can't go nowhere.
Now you can just FaceTime.
Now you can FaceTime 2:15.
That's not fun no more. I need y'all to stay in the house.
Stay in the house, please.
I'm going through it, y'all.
This is never gonna be over.
We're gonna be in 2021.
It is. It's gonna be over if y'all stay in the house.
They not. But moving
forward.
So, Summer Walker has been in the news for various reasons.
What she done did? She always doing something. I love Summer Walker's music, but she is always doing something.
I love her. I have a sweatshirt for her. I bought her merch. Love her.
Oh yeah, you bought the merch. You really like her.
It just seems it's very comfy.
Okay.
I just think that she's just doing a lot in such a short amount of time that she's been relevant.
Agreed. I agree.
And it's not good.
Yeah. You know, I really fell in love with her latest album. What is it? Is it Girls Need Love? Is that the latest one?
Girls Need Love was before. Over It is the
Over It, yes. One. Over It. That's what I meant. Sorry, Summer, if you was listening. I was just joking.
It's okay.
I was testing Alicia's knowledge.
It's good.
Yeah, so I really fell in love with her then. And, you know, I really like Summer Walker's music because she's relatable. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like you could listen to one of her songs and it's like, okay, yep, girl, been there, know what you mean, right. know how you feel. I've been there, done that. But just outside of the music, I feel like Summer Walker does a lot. Like, she does a lot. And I never understood why. Like, is it more for attention? Is it just because that's what she likes to do? You know, and then the whole London on the Track, and he got a whole bunch of, well, I'm going to say a whole bunch of kids.
He had kids.
I think, yeah, he got kids. Because then his, like, baby mama and Summer Walker was arguing in the, child. That's another story for another day.
I can't keep up, y'all.
But I don't know. She's a little different for me. So, Summer Walker was diagnosed with social anxiety, right? So let me pull up the definition.
I got you, girl.
Oh, you got the definition? Okay, go ahead and read us the definition.
Social anxiety is the fear of social situations that involves interaction with other people. You could say social anxiety is the fear and anxiety of being negatively judged and evaluated by others.
Okay, so I guess what makes this different is the fact that I've seen a lot of people argue about this, is the fact that it's a social situation, right? So you have to be in an area where there's a lot of people to, I guess, for the anxiety piece to kick in. But the argument has been, how does she have social anxiety when she's on Instagram twerking, or when she's on Instagram always showing her butt, or, you know, she shows so much of her life, you know, shares so much of her life with the world, but you have social anxiety.
Right.
And then the argument comes into play. It's like, oh, well, in her own home, or when she's by herself or in the comfort of her home, there is no opportunity to feel judged because she's by herself.
Right.
And that's why people are kind of justifying, like, she could still have social anxiety and do all of this stuff in the media or on social media because she's by herself. She's not in social situations. I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
For me, I get that whole argument, because for me, I have social anxiety.
Do you?
But I know how to, like, battle through it. I'm very, like, you probably wouldn't know that I had it.
Never knew.
Unless, like, you were really, really close to me. Because sometimes I'm very, like, I'll sit here and not talk to nobody.
Right.
But I've gotten to the point where, especially in my career, I can't just do that. I have to talk to people.
Yeah.
It's literally what I do for a living. Honey. So it's just like, I have to fight past that every time that I do something. So it's like, I get it. Like, in the comfort of my home and with, like, my friends that I'm really close to, I'm goofy on top. Like,
right.
I do some weird-ish. Like, I'm crazy. But in public, you will never, like, I'll still give that goofy sense, but it's going to take me a minute.
More on a calm down kind of level.
Right, because I have to get past the fact that, I'm around people. Like, for me, I can sing, but I will never sing for a crowd of people like Summer does. Because it's just like, that would scare the absolute crap out of me. Like, that's a bunch of people. Like, she has thousands of people in a room.
Right.
All the time. That's constantly judging her for, you know, her weird quirks. But for me, that's what gravitated me towards her. Like, I loved her music. I was getting out of a relationship when I heard Session 32, and Session 32 is a bop.
Did it speak to you?
And it spoke to me. It's to the point where my ex was like, I couldn't listen to Summer Walker. And I was like, you understand. Okay. But it was just like, I get it. Like, she was relatable. She was weird to the point, like, I haven't seen anybody, like, as, not saying vulnerable, but as out there as she was. And, like, I'm that type of person who will be twerking on Instagram, but I don't because I'm scared. But
she got morals, y'all.
Right. Like, I would twerk on Instagram in the comfort of my own home. Like, I would do that. But
Would you put it on Instagram?
Right. The part that I don't understand is putting it on Instagram and then knowing that people are going to judge you.
Yeah.
And then still being able to put it out. But then when people judge you, be like, dang, like, I can't do nothing. Sis, you know that. Like, why still put it? But I guess her thing is, like, I'm not going to change for nobody. But at the same time, it's just like, you kind of are.
But I don't think it's necessarily change. No one's asking you to change. The thing is, okay, so let's just be honest. Summer Walker is weird. Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at her videos, you know, the pictures, you know, some videos of like her tours and her performance, she's a very weird person to me. You know, like, she's not, you know, she doesn't move around a lot on stage. You know, she doesn't have a great stage presence. I mean, that's just what we've learned, you know, from watching her. And I've heard different perspectives. Some people think she's great on stage, and some people think she's not. Yeah, no. Some people think she's, you know, she's not like that. And so I guess my thing is I don't understand. I don't have social anxiety. However, I do have a lot of friends who deal with kind of mental disorders like that. Mm-hmm. And I take mental health very serious.
Right.
And I do believe that, you know, as unfortunate as it is, that a lot of people do use social media as an outcry for a lot of the things they are dealing with, especially when they feel like they can't talk to anybody else. I have seen that. So I can understand that portion, but I don't understand, like you kind of said, it's like, okay, yeah, we're twerking in, you know, the comfort of my home. And even if we take videos of it, like, cool, like me and my friends, or I'm twerking by myself and I like to see myself twerk, like, okay, cool, but... Okay, cool, but, you know, why post that on social media is where my issue is. Like you said, it's like, if social anxiety, okay, we've defined that this means social situations, okay, but the other part of it is fear of being judged, right? Fear of people looking at you differently or judging you. So is that not what social media does? So people are trolls.
People are trifling.
And anything you say, anything you do on social media, people will find something wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Like, social media is so evil. Like, I hate to say it, but social media can be so evil. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, if you suffer with social anxiety and if you suffer with, you know, just the whole anxiety and mood changes and depression and stuff like that from a fear of being judged, why even put yourself out there? You know, and I can go as far as to say, like, obviously, you know, singing is your passion, right? This is your thing. Music is your passion. But I also, and I'm not saying that she's wrong or right. I'm just saying I don't understand.
Right.
But if you go into a career where your job is to entertain people, does it not register that I have to do something to help me with this social anxiety?
I feel like a lot of people, at least from what I've seen, a lot of people feel like they can do what Jasmine Sullivan does or what Frank Ocean does. They can go ghost. Frank ain't post not a lick of things.
Yeah, you're right. Adele.
Like, Adele be gone.
Gone.
Drop a little album here and there, gone.
Just like Outside, gone.
Gone. I miss it. So it's just like, I feel like people think that if they just sing, they don't have to do the entertaining part. But
very true.
For me, as someone who is starting to understand the industry a lot more detailed, as an entertainer, I'm looking, like, when I go to concerts now, I'm not just going for the music. I'm going to see how your lighting is, how your dancers are, what your concepts are, like, how do you digitize set list.
A show.
But for regular consumers, they just want to see you on stage giving them a show.
Yeah.
If they are paying their hard-earned money, like, no one gonna pay for Beyonce's prices if Beyonce ain't giving a Beyonce production.
Yeah, very true.
And Beyonce be giving productions.
Productions, honey.
Now, if Beyonce were to give Summer Walker's performance,
pissed,
and still have these thousands of dollars,
pissed, yeah, not happy.
Beyonce would not be Beyonce.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like, don't have people pay for something that they're not gonna get. Now, if your prices are cheap, that's what they're gonna get. They're gonna get you sitting on a little stage.
Have you been to one of her concerts?
Mm-mm. Because by the time that I was supposed to go, she had canceled the rest of her shows.
Oh, yeah. Because of social anxiety, right?
Right. And because people were just not liking the tour. Because it's like, as a consumer, you're expecting, like, the average artist sings, dances. even if the artist can't dance, they're gonna have dancers.
Yeah.
The most I think Summer had was like dancers on like poles.
And you know what? And I feel like a lot of people are gonna agree with me on this. I feel like artists have become so big that they don't even look at those like smaller juke joint like arena, or not even arena because an arena is huge, but like a smaller kind of juke joint venue. Like people look past that. I don't know if you heard about the Meek Mill story when he like went to University of Massachusetts. I believe that was his school. Charged to my head, not my heart, if that's wrong. But I believe he went to University of Massachusetts and he was supposed to perform there, but the crowd wasn't big enough, so he left and he ended up not performing. Did you hear about that? Yeah, so they're like president or student affairs president or something came out and basically was like, I don't respect him for that. He never
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he never addressed it.
Just go to like a place like City Winery. Pay me for that advertisement.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those smaller juke joints that fit maybe even like Echo Stage. Like
Echo Stage is good.
Yeah, I still feel like
or a Fillmore.
Or a Fillmore. Like it's still like you don't have to be in these big Capital ones.
Right.
These big Philly arenas. You know, you can these FedEx stadiums. Like you don't have to be there. Like it could be, and even if we don't talk on the level of like Echo Stage, like Daniel Caesar's like that. Like he goes to those smaller venues.
Right.
He will not perform. I mean, if he has, I'm not sure. But like the tour that I went to, he performed at Echo Stage, and Echo Stage maybe fits 300 people. No, maybe it's more than that.
I think Summer, because I was
might be more than that. It may be 1,500 somewhere along.
Because I was living in Norfolk when I was expecting her to come, and she was going to the Norva, and I believe that the Norva is like a really small venue.
Yeah, my thing is I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I feel like that's you know if you are
it's 1450 like cap is 1450.
Yeah, so that's a smaller venue.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, if you are dealing with, you know, social anxiety and you're working to overcome it, I think it's okay to start with those smaller venues. You know, either way it's going to sell out whether you're doing a big venue or a smaller venue. But if you're keeping your health first, you know, your health over the money, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I just feel like I don't know what the record label is telling her. And it's like, I feel like because Summer Walker is quote unquote big, because she is.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like they're expecting her to sell out all of her shows. And she did.
Yeah.
She ended up selling out most, if not all of her shows. And it's like, if you have that pressure on you, you kind of feel like, okay, dang, I have to fulfill this. I'm in a contract. I can't really get out of it. But then it got to the point where like, she started to feel so bad having to get on stage because it's like no one liked the show. So it was just like, it got to a point where, dang, now my management's about to lose money because I can't do this anymore because I tried so hard. That's pretty much what she was trying to say, is that she tried so hard to give something that she just could not give. And I was like, to me, I was like, okay, well, what is the label telling her? Because if the label knows, I feel like the label, if not anyone, should know the mental health and like the mental capabilities of their artists.
But do we think the labels care? That's where the issue
I feel like labels like Def Jam and all of them, they probably don't care, but not to bleep on Love Renaissance. Love Renaissance only got one other big artist, and that's Black. Other than Black and Summer, I have no idea who else is on their label. So it's like, you need to cater to your artists a little bit more.
Then where's the out then? Like, where's the out? Because that can't be a thing. You're an artist, right? And a lot of artists make a lot of money off of tours. And that's what people want to see. Like, that's what kind of captures that true, I'm not going to say relationship, but that true, like, engagement. You know, seeing them live, you know, being there in their presence. It's just a different experience than, like, hearing them on, you know, on your earpods.
Because for me, I'm a big person. I will not listen to an artist if they don't sound the same live. Like, I do not like... Dang, should I say the artist's name?
Who we talking about?
Party Next Door.
Oh, you don't like him? Oh, you only like him live?
No, I don't like him at all because he doesn't sound good live.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, that's why I go to concerts. To get that one-on-one, like, experience. Because... I get it. She didn't have meet and greets, but like I love meet and greets because I get to meet the people.
Right.
Like I've met SZA and like Kehlani and all of them, like, and that made me have a more personal connection with their music. Right. But I get it. Not everyone wants to do that. You know, sometimes, you know, people sit and they be nasty and still be going to meet and greets. But then get mad when the tour get canceled because now the artist sick.
Right.
But it's like, I get it. Not having a meet and greet is fine. But touring is literally where you get most of, if
money,
not
right?
all your money from.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm just like, where is the out? Like, okay, we've discovered, we've established that you have social anxiety. So like you said, as a label, I definitely feel like they should cater to her. Obviously, she has to put her health first too, right? She has to kind of play her cards right, kind of like the whole Megan the Stallion situation, which we'll get to in a second. But you kind of have to not necessarily be in control, but you got to play your cards. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they're just
play the game.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're just gonna take over you. Right. You know what I mean? I don't think the record label is obligated to care about your mental health issues. You're obligated to care about your mental health issues
and then advocate for them.
Exactly. So
even
I think
record label, she should probably care about your
yes, agree.
But
but like I said, it's just like where is the out? Like if if you're dealing with social anxiety, we canceling tours. Like it's almost like you can't do that. Like people want to see you. Like
they've gotten really hyped to see you. Yeah. I got really hyped to see you. Me and my friend bought your merch.
You talking to someone?
Me and my friend were about to have a whole party for you.
Someone, if you listen to this, she talking to you, sis.
I need you to come back and have a one-on-one party for me.
Summer, we love you, sis.
I love you so much, but what the hell?
Right. What's going on, sis? What's happening?
What's happening? Like all these TikToks. What's happening?
Right, then the twerking.
Speaking of twerking and TikTok.
Speaking of twerking and TikTok, sis, this is a great segue.
Whew, the stallion. First of all, I just want to get my piece out about Megan. I was a little mad that she said I can't be a stallion because I was short as hell.
You are a little short, sis. And you know what? I'm gonna post my little TikTok. Meg, you gonna repost it?
Right, if I do it late, like I'll do Captain Hook so it's not like too late, but like will you still post
when I tell you that song has me weak every time I listen to it. Do you know what she's talking about, right? Oh my God. That Megan is something.
She don't care.
She does not hold back. That song is, she said an uppercut. I said, oh. Literally, that's what I thought in my head, like the uppercut motion, like, I got you, girl. I got you, Meg. I know, uppercut, okay.
She's ridiculous.
She is so funny. So, I don't even know where to start with Meg. First of all, I don't even know where to start.
Megan the Stallion twerks.
A lot.
Every time you see her, she twerks. We stand.
Okay, so
we stand. I'm not gonna lie. But didn't she just have like an interview? Was it Genius? Did she do a Genius?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was with a magazine.
Right, she did some sort of interview where she was like, I'm gonna keep twerking.
Yeah, she did say that. And then she said in her song, I Can Be a B. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's exactly what we was talking about. Meg said she gonna be the B-I-T-C-H, but when Snoop said it was disrespectful. Oh, y'all hypocrites! No. She said it. Y'all was singing it.
I was singing it.
Y'all was singing it. But when Snoop said it, y'all came for his neck. Oh, but let me guess. Meg didn't mean it in a disrespectful way. Okay.
It's okay. I already said I'm a hypocrite.
Heard you. No. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Personal opinion. I am not a huge fan of Megan. People are not gonna like me when I say that.
Oh, girl.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say. Right, I'm canceled. I said it. I say it. So the thing about it is that I don't dislike her.
Right.
Like, I don't dislike her. I feel like Megan has a few songs that I like. I don't dislike her. I'm just not a huge fan. Like I'm a huge fan of Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I'm a huge fan of Ari Lennox. I love Ari Lennox. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Caesar. I am not a huge fan of Megan Thee Stallion. Like I can play a whole Daniel Caesar album and know all the words.
Right.
Same with Ari. Like not with Megan. Like I feel like I have a couple of songs that I like from her, and that's what I mean by I'm not a huge fan. Like not that I don't like her, but I'm not.
It's not an artist where you can play all their songs.
Exactly.
Like Kehlani, I will literally just press play.
Yeah.
And go through the whole.
Same with Kehlani. Yeah, and I'm not going to a Megan Thee Stallion concert unless there's other artists there. Like I wouldn't go see Megan by herself. So that's what I mean by like I'm not a huge fan. I don't dislike her, but I'm not a huge fan. But one thing I can say about Megan is that I respect her.
Right.
For two reasons, and I think they kind of coincide. I respect her because she's so genuine. Like, she's so genuine. If you watch any of her interviews, Megan is the same way in all of her interviews. Like, her tone, what she talks about is the exact same way in all of her interviews, which I highly respect.
Even on her socials, she don't change.
She's very genuine. And I also respect her because even if you don't agree with her, again, she stays the same. Like, even if you don't like her, if you don't agree with her, she doesn't say the same. And Megan is, a third reason. I said two, I meant three. The third reason is that she's very drama-free, it seems like. Like, she's not in a lot of mess. If it is, I feel like if there is drama, it's not because she incited it. Like, it's something that happens, and now it made its way to social media. And I mean, it sucks, but we live in an era where, you know, all celebrities, like, you know, put their business on social media. So I feel like, you know,
people would dig up the past real quick, like their mug shots. Why are we bringing that up?
Right. So I think those are the three reasons why I respect her. She's very genuine. You know, no matter whether you agree with her or not, she's like, this is me and I'm not going to change. I can respect that. And thirdly, she's not involved in a lot of drama. The twerking is a lot for me. It's a lot. You know, it's a lot. You know, and I feel like we've come into this, like, new era of feminism, right? Like, this new, like, we're liberal and this is what I like to do. And I mean, she did this interview where she says she just likes to twerk like that. She just likes it. Like, it's not for attention. It's not for, you know, from her is what she said.
Right.
But I mean, you know, in essence, it technically is a thirst trap. You know what I mean? Like, you have no drawers on or, you know, barely whatever, any pants or drawers on, and your butt is in the camera. Like, men thirst for that. You know what I mean? So, but I guess, you know, the argument is like, oh, I might twerk and show my butt on Instagram, but I'm not a thought. But, you know, I'm not an industry hoe. But, you know, is that not, it's about perspective, I guess. Right. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I feel like at this point, it's just become her brand. So it's like, if Megan doesn't twerk, it's going to be weird. So it's like, she's already done it so much that she kind of has to do it. Now,
yeah, because then if she stops, it's like, what's wrong with her?
It's going to be like, Megan, what happened to your knees?
Right. Yeah, right.
Like, I've been practicing since, but you stopped. What's going on?
Right. And I guess my thing is, you know, I'm very traditional, right? I was raised very traditionally. So it's like, where are the morals? Like, when did Megan the Stallion become the role model of...
The music industry don't got no morals. And that's what I had to learn.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
It's just like, regardless, there's going to be somebody that doing something that's not morally sound. Because morals are different for each person. So
yeah, that's true.
Some person may think, okay, Megan, that's morally right. She twerking because she wants to, and not because dude telling her to twerk. She doing it because she wants to, and that's on period.
Right.
But then other people are like, oh my God, that is so wrong.
Right.
Like, oh my God, put some pants on. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's not let me be clear. It's not a judgmental thing. I'm not judging her. Sister, if that's what you want to do, that, you know, do your thing, honey.
It's working.
I mean, you know, right. If it's working for you, do your thing. Hello. But I wouldn't do it, is what I'm saying. You know, and like you said, I agree. Like, you know, morals are different from everybody. And I just, the only other thing I just think it's excessive. You know what I mean? I just
wish that her branding wasn't just twerking. Because, like, when you think of Megan,
you think twerking,
you think of twerking.
Yeah.
You think of them knees, them supersonic ironclad knees.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing I thought of is, like, you know, people always say, you know, like, oh, you know, when I'll say a celebrity, like, or somebody comments on the page, like, oh, why you do this, why you do that, and the celebrity's like, stay off my page. The thing about it with Megan is that would never work because you're everywhere. Everybody reposts you, you're all in the shade room, you're all on Gossip, you're all on site, you're all on Spiritual Word, you're everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter if I unfollow, even if I unfollow all of those blog sites, I'm still gonna find you on my friend's page. Like, I can never get rid of that.
Right.
Like, and that's the only thing. Is just like, I get it, you know, whatever. Maybe that's just a part of being a female rapper, and because I mean, all female rappers do it. I don't think there is what female rapper doesn't do that. The Doja Cat, is she a twerker?
No, she's a twerker. She literally has a whole song about Juicy, and like her booty is 2 cherries.
Okay, yeah, like she made the song about her titties, Tia and Tamara. Did you know that was about?
Loved it.
I did like that song.
I loved it. Shout out to Rico.
I did.
Rico.
Yeah, I did.
That was about.
I did like that.
That was great.
So yeah, I just think it's a bit excessive, and I hate that that's what the new feminism has come to. Like, that's what like being liberal as women means. Like, we can do whatever we want to do, and these double standards don't matter, and so on and so forth. And it's like, I agree to an extent, right? But I feel like as women, sometimes and this is a little deeper, but sometimes we take things and we're like, we want equal, but we want equal as we, what's the word? As it suits us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't really want equal. We just want equal when it makes us feel good or when we benefit from that. And that's not how it works.
Because, like you said, we want equality, but yet we're not doing anything to really change it. Because we're still kind of degrading ourselves by doing it, but yet you don't want men to degrade you, but you degrading you and your friend.
Exactly.
Right now. Like all these lives.
Child, I'm done with the lives. Oh, you talking about quarantine.
I ain't talking about quarantine.
But have you watched them? Girl, hey, I
watched the local DJs do it.
Oh, okay. Moment of silence.
Moment of silence for the local
girl,
DJ.
And I mean, they are really getting on there, girl. And Tory Lanez was like, pull your pants down a little bit. And they pull their pants down.
And I just don't understand. Like, you're on a live for 0.2 seconds.
Girl, you don't gotta go to the strip club. It's right there.
Ain't nothing.
It's right there. I couldn't believe it.
No Pornhub. Right now.
You don't need it. It's right there. Right there.
Boosie already asking y'all to put it
that
on.
Damn Carol Baskin. It's her fault.
I ain't even watch that stupid show.
Oh my God! Okay.
I won't.
Another story for another day.
I'm sorry. When I found out that somebody's arm got bit off, I was like, H to the E to the L, no.
Well, actually, the arm didn't get bit off. She got bit, and she chose to have it amputated because they told her she was going to have to go through a series of surgeries. All right. She over here shaking her head.
It sounds like a lot of country bumpkin that I can't tolerate. I'm real country, I promise you. I'm from
Megan
South
said
Carolina,
she could twerk and king, but real country twerking.
It's time to go.
Yes! Wrap it up, dear.
Yo, I'm just mad because somebody really made a video of the tiger, like the Joe Exotic, but doing the Savage.
Oh, I saw Carol Baskin. Killed her
I don't even know what happened to Carol Baskin, but y'all really going in.
Carol Baskin did it. Whatever she did it.
It's too much.
So basically what we're saying is Punani rules the world.
Period.
Megan the Stallion twerk all the time.
Yep. Social anxiety definition when you look in the dictionary is Summer Walker.
It's Summer Walker. Did I say that Punani rules the world? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Punani rules the world.
And Snoop just crazy.
And Snoop, we love you, but it was a lot.
I'll still listen to all your music.
And he did apologize. He did apologize. He did. He said he talked to his mama. He did apologize.
Shout out to all the mamas.
Shout out to all the black mamas.
His mama came at him.
Shout out to all the praying grandmothers.
Y'all need to pray because this quarantine, this is the time when we really need the praying grandmas.
Okay, we do, because Lord Jesus, I just want to make it to the next year.
I think Jesus just punishing us.
Jesus, I'll tell you one thing, Jesus, I learned my lesson.
I don't think I learned it.
That's why it's still here. That's why it's still here.
It's okay, I repent. It's okay. I just want outside to be legal, Lord.
Okay.
I just don't want to have to go outside with a mask. Them things suffocating.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
But y'all be safe out there, you feel me?
Be safe, so we're going to wrap this thing up. We had so much fun. That was so much fun.
You already know part 2.
Acting up. Okay, part 2. Let us know.
Okay.
Let us know.
It's okay. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Part 2 is going to happen.
But thanks.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
All right. So you already know. Let's just give them the socials because obviously they just need to know. So go ahead, plug yourself.
Okay, y'all already know. Period, on God, on Pyro, all that stuff. I'm not a gang. I'm not in the gang.
Oh,
I'm not in the gang. I just always wanted to say that. Okay. Okay, I just always really wanted to say that.
I'm so sorry.
You know how like all the white people always be wanting to say the N-word? That's how I felt. I just always wanted to say that.
Y'all have to say all power.
I'm not in the gang.
Period, all power.
I'm not in the gang. Don't come get me. Okay. All the socials at Ask Myj. That's ASKMYJ __. That's Instagram and Twitter. And Facebook, you can find me at Myj Gary, my whole government. MYJA, last name Gary, GARY. Or you can search Ask Myj The Podcast on Facebook. And you will find me either way. But y'all not gonna get my address or my phone number.
Or her social.
That was my social security. Yeah, y'all can't have that.
All right, so we gotta do the spiel. All right, so Instagram at Lituation R Pod. Real simple, real easy, real fluid. Twitter, we got a good little freak on Twitter because Twitter don't like me. So the Lituation RMP, it's weird. Facebook, the Lituation Room Podcast. But all of this is literally on our website, www.thelituationroompodcast.co, because we are a company, not a com, period. So you can just go there and everything's there for you for your natural convenience.
I don't know who wears her or Summer Walker. Yes, thank y'all for tuning in, honey.
Yes. Stay tuned for the rest.
Stay tuned. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, like, it's Myj. But Myj for short. Ask Myj.